Come back. There you go. See, wasn't that lovely, everyone? Just packing down at market now. See, a lot of the tables are empty. Another good day, busy day. Lots of little treasures that I have bought, and they are all next to me right here. But I'm not going to show you them yet. I'm going to wait till I'm at home, and I'm going to have a run through some of the odds and ends that I have bought today. I like odds and ends. Basically, today's been a toy day. Loads of toys today. I don't think I bought anything other than toys. Lots and lots of toys. So, stay tuned, and you will see lots of toys. Oh, sneak preview. We're just stopping off to pick up some bits that I've sold whilst we've been at market. A vase, a couple of boxes, candelabra, and some other stuff. So this is kind of what we do after market. It's another opportunity to stop by one of the storage containers and pick up some sold items. There you go, some 2 bits there, which I will show you tomorrow on the pull and pack. See you then. Hi, and it is now tomorrow, so I can commence with the day. Like we noticed today, I'm wearing my Run 874 jumper. Just something I had made up a little while ago because I was going to attempt to run the whole of the UK from the top to the bottom earlier on this year. Unfortunately, I wasn't ready. So, but that's another story and another chapter to come, because I'm still hoping to achieve that, and it's going to be something we'll look at in 2026. So, that's to come. Anyway, back to vintage vintiquing, whatever you want to call it. What have we got? We got some bits and pieces that we pulled from the lockup already, and looks like some bits and pieces my wife's pulled. So like Kakeshi dolls, and so Gould. Just run through these bits and pieces. There's some Kakeshi dolls there. I don't know what prices they've gone for. £24. There's another one there for 50. Another one there for 60. That's combined. Yeah, we sell lots of Kakeshi dolls, so I won't bore you with Kakeshi dolls. I know that some of you might actually like to see them. If you do, let me know, and I can run you through some of the dolls we've got as they sell. We just sold quite a few of them. And then we've got some boxes that have sold, picked up from the lockup of one of our Japanese boxes here. It's gone for £29.95p. Quite a nice one. And then there's another one, a plain one, which has got compartments in it, and that also I believe has gone for the same price, £29.95. Yeah, £29.95. So £60 worth of boxes there sold. Abacus, we buy and sell lots of abacuses. They do quite well. It's a really nice looking old rustic abacus. And that one there, we're really well priced for abacuses. I do see people putting these online for a lot more than what we do. £42.38 they're sold for, which is, if you have a look online, it's quite a good price. So if you're looking for a vintage or antique abacus, have a look at our ones, because we're typically cheaper than everyone else, just based on what we pay for them. Bought a few vases, sold a few vases. Someone has purchased these 2 Japanese vases. These 2 here. It's an Ikebana vase. Do you know what? I can't remember what Ikebana means. It's something to do with the minimalist flower arrangement or something in Japanese. But yes, anyway, going back to that, these 2 between them have sold for £102. And that's them. And then there's another vase that's sold as well. Someone bought this one. I didn't think this one would sell. I was sort of like, a bit curious about it. It has. This one here sold for £53.94, £54 basically. So yeah, so probably another Ikebana one, we want to call it. I imagine you got a hole there, they'll make some sort of floral arrangement. Someone will know what to do with it, not me. that back. Put it back so that it doesn't break. It's worth nothing if I break it. Ta-da! Right. And that's the large items that we've got from El Japanese Storio. Let's move on to pulling the vintage store. Been quite a few days. We've actually not done too much yesterday at market while I was away. Right, let's start off. We've got a perfume bottle in NO12. Tiptoes, can you see it? Oh, yes, I got it. And the lid. Just a perfume bottle there. That's a nice bit of glass. And that's gone for £12.95. Put it over here because my table's a bit rickety. My wife's packing desk looked more sturdy. And one of our newspapers is sold, so bear with me. I might have to come back to you because I'm not too sure where I've put them. I haven't found a home for them yet. I'll be back. Okay, I found them. And if you saw the episode that I put up last week, you'll remember that I bought a stack of newspapers, about that many, and I've listed that many. And of that many, we've already sold one, so that's great. I love to see that. Something so nice and quickly. And it's this one here. Find a place to put these out of the way. These need a permanent home. Newspaper box. This is the Daily Telegraph from London, Monday, November the 9th, 1936. Possibly a birthday present or something someone's bought. So they're great mate break, and this one sold for £17.95. Remember rightly, this is actually the cheapest one we've listed. It was a bit tatty in the middle. There's like some mould and that, but I do like to read some of the bits and pieces from the newspapers. Let's see if there's anything interesting I can pull off of this one. Supreme furniture values. Let's have a look. Let's have a look on the. What we got? Oh. Political organisations may be banned if of military character. Wide powers in new bill. Singing seamen, the king will hear. Auditions in an aircraft carrier. What other headlines we got? Poland needs good neighbours. Neutral bloc between Germany and Russia aims at preventing the clash. So yeah, this is just in the days leading. This is just in the sort of weeks and days leading up to World War II. So you've already got here. It's quite interesting. They're talking about this is the pre-war. The King's Empire tours pensions resigned. Yeah, it's interesting. Again, it's the Queen Mary answers SOS off Land's End. Alters in course of heavy gale. German steamer in distress. Yeah, interesting stuff. I could go on, but I forget you're all sitting there at home watching, and you might get bored of just watching me recite news articles. But yes, anyway, going back to sold items. Yeah, £17.95 this is sold for, and many more will sell. We do quite well with these. Like I said, I usually go for the Victorian papers. They're a good seller, £20-25. But these, again, you know, yeah, this is a nice 1930s to 1950s batch I bought. We'll do well with these. And that is that. Next up, we have a vinyl. I don't know where my wife keeps the vinyls. This isn't usually my area of expertise. My wife is usually the puller and packer. I'm doing this for the videos. But we've sold a vinyl. I won't pull it because I don't know where it is. I'll cover his name. £15. Ronnie Hilton. The best of Ronnie Hilton. 12-inch. Sold. Moving on. Sold another Spectrum 48K game. NO14. Need a ladder. And I'm back, found it. These are listed in the wrong drawer, it's always handy. Fahrenheit 3000. 6 or 7 months ago I actually bought 2 crates full up, the 300 of these old Spectrum, Atari, Commodore 64 games. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about this one. What is it? The core temperature has reached 3000 degrees. Meltdown is imminent. Shut down the reactor. 64 amazing screens. Solve them and win a mystery prize. I wonder what the mystery prize is. Maybe someone's played this and they can tell me. Probably not. But there you go, and that's sold for £7.95. Quite a cheap one. Quite a cheap one. Next up, this is a good one. This is a good one. I bought this at my market a couple of years back, and they were a pair originally, and I foolishly one day, for some reason, it wouldn't close, and I tried to force it. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, and I snapped one of the arms on the other one. I think I paid £50 for them. I bought them for ourselves. I bought them for myself. I bought them for our dining table. And yeah, then we stopped using them, and I put it away in the cupboard, and as I was trying to close it, push it, snapped it clean off. And that was quite frustrating. Anyway, listed one the other day. My wife said how much. I said I'll try £40, see how we get on. But she didn't listen to me. She listed it for £60, and someone got a discount and it sold for £53. So quite chuffed with that, because it was something that we bought as a pair for ourselves, busted one, and still made a profit. Well, by the time we posted it, and that would probably just get our money back, but I'm happy with that. So yeah, it's nice. It's a nice thing. Aluminium. It is a nice candlestick, candelabra. So sold. Next up, we have got a Vanguard 102. What is that? 102. A Vanguard. Looks like this one. And someone has bought a Ford Cortina Mark II GT. One of my friends asked me if I had any Fords the other day. I said look out for some. I didn't realise I had this in stock. So if you're watching, my apologies, mate. There's a Mark II Ford Cortina that's gone there. And yeah, sorry mate. But that sold for £25.95. We got here a selection of vintage handmade. Oh, I listed these ages ago. This is an old listing. This is 64. I said, don't, have patience. Things will sell. I am actually surprised this didn't go sooner. Because I say, over the years, Doll's House furniture we've always done alright with. We sold quite a lot of it. And this little bundle here, it's a nice little bundle. It's not of my taste, but if someone was looking for Doll's House furniture, you got like, loads of little sofas here, all been sort of hand covered, and they're all handmade. So someone's made these by the looks of it. It's yeah, they're all right, but they're cheap as well. Including post and packing, they have gone for. Including post and packing, they've gone for 30 quid. So the post has bumped that up a bit because they're going overseas. But yeah, so 30 odd quid. Going to France. Nice, just not too expensive to post to France. So that is them. And what we got next? The last thing in this store is a couple of more of my crowns. So if you remember back in my early videos, I said I bought a box full of crowns, like king, queen on your head crowns, small ones, miniature ones, and I paid £25 for the lot. And so far, I felt we've sold probably about 5 or 6 of them so far. And just these two here that have sold for £42. So, and the box, I can't remember what was in there. There's maybe somewhere 15, 20 crowns, something like that. I can't remember. We haven't listed them all yet. We've still got a few to put online. But yeah, there's 2 of them there. Them 2 there have sold for, yeah, £42.19. So, nice profit, because every single one, well, we're already in profit on them, but that's pure profit. So, that's what you like to see. And that, I believe, I haven't got access to the other shop. Can't find my other phone. My wife's not here, so I don't know if anything's sold on that one. But as far as I've got access to at the moment, that is that. I am going to pack down here, go to the gym, get a gym session in, come back, and then I'll show you what I picked up at market yesterday. And there's some great stuff there, but it was a almost full-on toy day. Literally boxes and boxes of toys, and a few other bits, but yeah, 99% toys. And we're back, and in my new jumper that's just arrived as well. New Antique Boss, got some branded apparel, and on the back I've got my YouTube and my Instagram, and also we've got Bromley Antique or Vintage Market, wherever I put. But yeah, quite pleased with that. Nice and comfy. Some branded apparel to wear in some of the shows. Anyway, while we were out, something else cool happened. We had another sale, £184 sale of a miniature painting, and this is it there. Nice miniature. These are always good if you can get hold of them. I believe something like this in its time would have been worn, hence why it's like a pendant. Yeah, probably around 150 years old, somewhere in that region. But yeah, it's a nice thing, and someone has purchased it for £184. Nice order. Go over here to Packing HQ. Right, anyway, back to it. Where were we? I was going to talk through all of the treasures that I purchased yesterday, and as I said, it was basically toys. Other than, well, the one thing that I did purchase that wasn't a toy is one at this ear, which, you know what, that's a fib, because I didn't purchase it. I was gifted it. Someone gave it to me. A good friend of mine who I've sort of done a lot of business with in the past. He said, do you want to take the ewer home? Because he didn't want to put it out for another week. But that, I reckon, is probably good for £30 to £50 online quite easily. It's a nice thing. We'll see. So, for the rest of the purchases, actual purchases, which we did pay money for, to get these out of the way, just to show you, first of all, we bought a big lot of these Del Prado on horseback figures. Now, you find a lot of these online, and you see a lot of people that are doing them for sort of £8, £9, £10, and they're crazy because they can get more. They fetch much more money. And they sell. There's a big collector's market for this stuff. Now, I know that I said about the Abacus, we do them a bit cheaper. That's because if you price them higher, they don't sell. These, if you price them higher, they still sell. So people really ask too little money for these. Typically, in the past, we will sell these for around 15 to £18 for the figures on horseback. And I think we've even gone for more. But we've got 18 here. We paid around £60 for the lot. So, in my view, the way I do it is, once we've sold maybe 8 of them, which, you know, will take however long. Don't break them all first. Once we've sold around 8 of them, the other 10 are going to be pure profit. So that's the way I kind of look at things when I buy and sell. So I suppose that's the way most people do, but anyway, that's the breakdown of that for you. Let's get these out of the way so that I've got a bit of a clearer space to show you what else we picked up. There's a couple of doubles in here, but apart from that, you've got like Wellington, Napoleon, all your typical figures that you'd see. Who's this one? I can't see who that is. Marshall Ney. Napoleon's Imperial Guard. Yeah, anyway, you get the picture. Oh, another point of these. A lot of people that I've seen, they'll picture them still in their boxes. Now, I know there might be some purists out there who say keep it in its box to keep the value, but these are really not at a point in their life at the moment where boxed or unboxed is going to make much difference. The difference it is going to make in the listing is that that's going to be your photograph if you keep it in its box, and then also you've got to store that whole box as well, which takes up 18 of these, soon add up in space. Take them out of the box, the photos will be brilliant, and they'll still go for the exact same price at the moment. So just a little pointer, that's my take on them anyway. Not that I recommend taking everything out of this box. There are certain, you know, if you've got something in the 1970s or 80s or whatever and it's still boxed, keep it in its box. Moving on, more of the toys that we bought. This here was a random box of, just a random box of odds and ends, mostly Britain stuff. There's a 1978 Bugs Bunny there. Some Simpsons characters from early 2000s. So I don't know, this is not typically sort of stuff I would usually send. However, I mean, that there should be, I don't know, what do we usually sell these for?
Oh, them ones are 20 to 25.
20 to 25 pound. We will typically sell them for, and we've sold loads of them over the years. And you know, then going through the box, there's loads of these little Britons, there's cowboys, there's knights, soldiers. Yeah, overall, well, I paid a tenner for this box, so that's your profit. I will bundle up little groups of these Britons into pairs, and they'll likely go for somewhere around 10 to 12 pound a pair, and then the rest of it, it's a set. Yeah, anyway, I'd expect to probably take at least £100 out of the box by the time I'm done with it. And they're nice and small, easy to store, easy to list. That's a good thing. Next was this lot, which I think I paid £30 for, and it was just a box of street signs, broken street signs, yeah, tyre racks, petrol pumps, all this sort of stuff, you know, miniatures. I mean, I've sold this sort of thing before for 25-30 quid just for something like that on its own. These petrol pumps, I know I've sold these for around £20 a pop. Traffic lights, I've sold these for around £12 to £15. By the time you get through it, or these, I've actually sold 2 of these this year, and I think they both went for a £12.95, something like that. So again, £30 paid. Not going to be very difficult to take a profit out of that. I mean, probably get close to 30 quid for that. So yeah, that's a guess. I haven't sold one of them before, but I'd like to think that's how we'll get on. Then this lot here, I think I paid a tenner for this lot, and they are lots of sort of lead toy soldiers. I can't see who that's by. Sort of lots of horses and cavalry, blah blah blah. But the what made the decision for this for me was that, you know, without any hesitation, because I paid a tenner for the lot, and we've got, there's another one somewhere, we've got 4 of these Indians in the bunch, which if you've been watching for the past few weeks, you'll know that I sell these for 10 to 12 pound, and I sell lots of them. So I think they're 1950s, these guys here, the Native American Indians. So there's £30 to £37 in sales there, which would mean that that is profit and more profit. So tenner paid. It's a nice little lot. Right, then this lot. This was another bundle. Again, this was £30 or £40 I paid for this lot. I've not looked this up yet, but these were interesting. There's quite a few of these. They're sort of in the in their hats. I'm going to guess they're Mexican. I don't know why anyone would think that, but yep, with their hats. Quite a few of them. You've got like beef eaters, Britain's beef eaters. You've got sort of them, Scots Guard or whatever they're called, and there are other various figures. There's loads of it. There's just, I don't break everything. I think it survived. He's all right. Anyway, yeah, there's loads of it. Some more on horseback. There's another Del Prado's got in there somewhere. But yeah, so I mean, just this on its own will be somewhere in the region of £12 to £18. We will get for that. So safe bets all around. Right. Lastly, the last thing I purchased yesterday was. How do I describe this first? But first, let me show you the box it came in, because in actual fact, it was only after I'd purchased them and I took the box over and I put it on the side. I was like, that's an old baked beans box. And from my research, it's somewhere around the 1960s to 1970s. And in its current condition, it's got all the flaps, it's all there. In its current condition, this could fetch anywhere from £25 to £60, which is quite surprising. It's got all the old staples on the side. It's actually, the box is actually in quite good condition. Anyway, I didn't buy the box. The box is just holding what I purchased. But if you remember last week, I came back with a bundle of about 40 red and green toy cars. Yeah, I bought the rest. So this is basically, this is the rest. What's that one there? Slightly newer one. What is it? No, 1972. That's in good condition. Yeah, again, I still have no idea what the point of them was. Why someone had so many of these red and green Beetles. But there's the odd random one in there, a couple of yellows and a couple of pinks. But the Beetles, it's miffed me. If anyone's got any ideas, feel free to whack it in the comments, because I'm completely miffed as to why someone had so many of these things. And I paid £50 for the rest of these. So total £60 paid for all the Beetles. And yeah. I haven't decided quite yet how I'm going to sell them, but someone will buy them. Anyway, that is that for now. That's pretty much everything that I purchased yesterday at market. We are now wrapping up for the weekend, getting our post done. It's Halloween today, so we are also going to start sort of sorting the house out, because we're hosting a Halloween party tomorrow, which should be fun. Plenty of singing, plenty of dancing, pumpkin carving, and everything else that goes with a good Halloween party. So until next week, have a good weekend. I'll see you then.